What's going on, everybody? I am BirdDog John. Thanks for joining us today, and we are going to kick things off here. It is 1 a.m. in Melbourne right now, and that is exactly where I am. Without any further ado, I'd like to welcome Robbie to the show. What's going on, man? All right, let's see. Hey, what's going on, Judson?
Hey, how you Thanks for having me.
I do much more. We are joined with BirdDog Ian, who is at the Capture Summit over in Atlanta. So how's it going, man?
Hot and sweaty.
That's the most important question that our team can ask. Why are you needing this camera?
Now, I haven't tested this thing since it got here. This is something that I'm really excited that NDI did. That's cool. Obviously, there are lots of flavors here, but this is the 4250 line. And our little friend here. Say hello to my little friend. It's brewing in the back of my throat. Based on the recommendation of Senseless, we're going to give a Java Monster a try.
Oh, yeah, Pocky,
We
dude.
got a little Pocky, and
Yes.
I have been putting this off for an age.
Oh, I'm so excited for you.
There is a Snacks on Stream mystery box brought to you by my Snacks on Stream manager, Brayton. What's going on, Bugsy?
There you go. What's going on? Balu, good to see you, man.
What's going on, NetHab? Hey, what's going on, Judson? And hey, Kevin, good to see you, man. What's going on, Jeremy? How are you? Thanks for jumping on. Oh, it's all good. That's right, everybody. The show starts now, and hopefully you are doing well. My name is BirdDog John. At least that's what I call myself. And hopefully you have all had a good couple of days. We were on, obviously, on Tuesday. Today is a quick show because I'm involved in something going on this afternoon, and I need to be present at a very specific time. So we're going to make the most of our hour together, but I will have a pretty hard stop right around 12 o'clock. So we will pay attention to that, and hopefully that works out well. Now, as a good streamer, we have to check our audio, and that sounds pretty good on the good old phone here on the YouTubes. And so please, if you're having issues, please go ahead and check your own connection first. But let me know if there's any problems, and we can definitely, there we go, full screen. Then we can definitely help you out, see what is going on. So really appreciate it. You may have also seen, I did put up the QR code. This was Tuesday's addition to the show. We're figuring out how to get the visual parts of this show adequate on as many platforms as possible. And so on YouTube, I had no issue with QR codes, but on Facebook, they were pretty bad. And so apparently on Twitch, I got a message after the show from my sister that on Twitch it was legible, and she had it up on her screen and could, get to the website and everything. So that was great. Appreciate you guys checking for me on all those places. But Facebook is the one. I think that there's some unfortunate compression happening over on Facebook. And so we're losing some quality. So if you're using Facebook, go ahead and scan that QR code with whatever screen that you are watching this on, and then let me know if it worked. Hopefully it does. This QR code is brought to you by the none other, the Josh Bernstein. And so he is he's a friend of the show and is a part of the BirdDog team. And so really appreciate him helping me out here and getting me a link. And so we actually have some folks checking in on the I need to jump back over to vMix here real quick. They're checking in over on the map, and so let's go ahead and have a quick look at that so that you can see what's going on over there as well. Did you hear that Seinfeld thing? Let's see. Oh, it came through. Okay, cool. So Seinfeld thing is on. Noted. The Seinfeld transition sound. I'm a Seinfeld nerd, so yeah, that's why it's on the show. That's for sure. I'm sure that there's some sort of legal thing that I'm not understanding. By the way, I have set up this QR code to kind of go away after a minute because I know it obstructs part of the screen on many of the different shots, but I haven't figured out how to actually get it to work correctly. I set it up just like I did these other ones, and these ones are all working just fine. But the QR code one I haven't figured out. I don't think it's labeled as an overlay correctly, and so if I turn on overlay 3, it does come up as overlay 3. So I'll try that again. The timing might be too long. Transition in overlay 3. It's supposed to stay up for a minute. So the other ones stay up for like 8 seconds. This one stays up. It's supposed to stay up for 60 seconds, but it never goes away. And so I wonder if that's maybe too long of a transition. The trigger that I have for this overlay is on transition in of on transition in delay overlay input 3 out by 60 seconds. That's the transition. And that does work on the other ones. I could even throw this up here so you guys can see what it is that I'm talking about. So here it is on transition in. So the transition in of this QR code, delay by 60 seconds, overlay input 3 out, which would be the transition out of overlay 3. Now, the other thing that we could do, I guess, is say on overlay in, maybe that's what it is, right? So if we put that up there, and now let's go and kill this real quick and then restart it. Oh, whoops, I hit 2 of them by accident. That's the problem with X keys is if you fat finger the thing, then you're gonna fire other things. But look, that transition out worked. But that transition out, if I just look at the details on that one, look, on overlay in, oh crap. Dang it. Okay, so maybe this will work then because yeah, we'll just wait 1 minute and see what happens. But hey, there it goes. All right, so it did work. That's pretty fun. All right, so great news, everybody. The overlay input in, that's what it needs to be, not on transition in, which I guess it's not considered a transition, although it does transition in by fading in. So riddle me that, why one doesn't work and the other one does, but whatever. We have learned something new, as always, on this show, and I love that. So good stuff. All right, here we go. Let's check out the chat and what's going on. Good morning, Angus, up in Edmonton. I see your dot is on the faithful map. Thank you for checking in over there in Western Canada. My new P200 arrived just in time to go out on the first show on Tuesday. I noticed it came with newer firmware than the one that's on the website, 9.4. I had to do an image settings reset because some reason it was constantly showing the zoom ratio in the OSD. Image perfectly matches my other A4 200. I'm very happy. The first show was an iMag gig, so I did control and monitoring over NDI and video over SDI. Quick question. Who did you say the Canadian distributor was? You said something about them helping with shipping cameras to BirdDog. Yeah, maybe. So sfm.ca is our distributor in Canada. So SFM, what is that? Anyways, SFM, and they're out of Montreal or Quebec City, one of those. They are our distributor over in Canada as of today. For a while now. Audio is good. Excellent. Glad to hear that. I had to get all kind of positioned here in the frame because this is center, but it's not center of the desk, and so I keep I want to be obviously central to the camera, but it feels a little lopsided. So you can always move it around, but it's been a busy morning and it's going to be a really busy day. So we're going to roll with it, Hey, good morning, John. Audio and video sync seems to be a little off, by the way. Really? That's very fascinating. Let's go ahead and have a quick look at that over on my monitor here. A little off, by the way. Really? All right, so audio's working. Yes, it does look to be a little off. Interesting. All right. Shouldn't that be overlay in? There you go. I can't use the mobile check-in when I'm on my mobile device. That is an interesting problem. Hey, I was trying to figure out what was different about your image. No glasses and no hat. Yes, it is a rare day indeed when I have no glasses, no hat, and I've shaved my beard. So, the trifecta is at work. That is exactly what's going on. Okay, so I do declare that there does appear to be an audio sync issue going on here. I don't know if I can change it, though, without restarting vMix. Right? So let's see what we can do here about that, I guess. let's go to the audio source. Go to the source, everybody. Go to the source. All right, let's open up that option. And I haven't changed the delay at all. So let's go ahead and change this by 4. So it was 200 milliseconds. Now it's 400 milliseconds. Let's see if we're going in the right direction. Oh. I don't know. I don't think I'm going in the right direction. It definitely looks way off now. That's for sure. So let's go back. Let's just set this to 2 and see what happens. All right. It's obviously a little better. I'm watching it and now I'm not talking because I was watching it, so that's not helpful, right? It's a little better. Maybe it needs to be faster. Maybe it's supposed to be like 150. I don't know. I'm willing to take opinions on this, everybody. So I'm going to move it to 150. 150, and we're going to check this here in just a minute. Let me rewatch the show, as this is the fun part of being your own production guy. Nope, audio's ahead. So let's go to 250 because check 1 2 250. Let's see if that's more in line. I will also jump back into the chat just to see what you guys are saying. Nope, it's way off. Worse, much worse at 400. You got to talk to check this. That's better, still off, but better. Nope. And now, so let's try 75. No, it can't be 75. That'd be way too low. Still out. 150 was closer. Okay, so let's go back to this is good. This is real world, guys. This is what like being on the production side of things is all about. I'm just going to go with like 175 and see how that goes. So testing 1 2. We're checking 175 delay on the microphone. It looks close, doesn't it? I think it's close. I'm not 100% sure if that is dead on. Let's try 185. Boy, this is the most dialed in this has ever been. That's for sure. All right, so now we're on 185. I've changed it to 185. So now we will double check. What do you think of 185 over 175? Let me check the chat, see what you guys are saying. But on here, I actually think 185 is closer than 175. I could be wrong, and I need your opinion on this. Not quite perfect. Pretty easy if you just make a recording and then check it the editing software. Give us one clap. How about 3? 185 seems worse. Now give us... Yeah, you're right. It's the audio is too delayed. So let's go back here. Audio. Let's go 165. All right, 165. Shouldn't hit the microphone. That's not a good idea. Still crazy. Still delayed. Wow, that's astonishing. All right. Let's just do something crazy here and switch to 140. Oh, I should take 185 as worse off the screen, eh? This is what I don't like about having StreamYard over here is that it leaves the stuff up and then I'm looking at 2 different screens all the time. Try 100, really. Try 130. All right, clapping. That's at 145. Still, yep. All right, you guys are still on here. So, all right, we're going to do 100 because Angus has not steered me wrong before. All right, 100 millisecond delay. I don't know why it's different today as it was yesterday. I'm not too sure what the deal is here, but we'll have to see what the difference. I don't know. I still hear the delay. This is so frustrating. What is going on here? I need a clapboard and not hand claps. What did you say? What was the extreme you said, Angus? Because up here you said 75 is what you had said. So let's just keep going with the extremes. All right, we're at 75 now. See if that's any better. I feel silly clapping in my office, but whatever. It's close. It is close. It's not completely dead on. 50 is the next step. So this is 50. This is so weird to me. Maybe it's supposed to be 0. I don't know. That's okay. That is a lot closer. All right, what do you guys think? Let's go back to the chat. I've kind of been ignoring that. Still out. Oh, whoops, I'm way up. Just joining. Where's the QR code today? QR code is right here on overlay 3. Try 100, still behind. Another quick clap. It's very close. Try 75. That's the best that it's been yet. It's very close. It's still off a bit. Man, you can't satisfy some people, that's for sure. So you think it's off at 50? I tend to start delay at 40 and then test with clapping. You still think it's off at 50? Because I find it to be, I mean, I'll go to 40. It's fine. But it seems extreme. That's for sure. All right, so back to the settings. Let's change it to 40. Small steps, everybody. Small steps. Okay, 40 milliseconds. Let's see if that makes any difference at all compared to 50. It still looks off. It's so weird to me. This is going to drive me nuts. All right, let's go. Let's cut this in half. 20 milliseconds. 20 milliseconds. Here we go. Let's watch it. Let's watch it. Spend all day. Yeah, it's pretty close. But you watch. I'm going to save this and come back to vMix tomorrow, and it's going to need 200 millisecond delay. What do you think? 20 milliseconds. Let me see what the chat says here. Oh, Heinrich says it looks fine. So evidently not everybody is as picky as Steven and Angus, but I always adjust delay based on frames. So 33.3 is 1 frame at 29.97 and 16 for 59.94. Okay, so this show is at 30. So that would be 33.3 is what you're thinking. So lip flap. What does that mean? Claps were okay. The lips look good. Did my Dropbox link get spam filtered? Yeah, you can't put Dropbox links in the chat. Those get filtered out, unfortunately. And if you're just joining us, we are playing the game. Where are you from? And that's what this is. This. Hang on one second. So yeah, that's what this QR code is, and that is for this one. So if you want to tell me, if you want to indicate where it is that you're kind of watching from, I can't get down to what address you're at, but I can ask you what city you're watching from, and I think that's pretty broad. Unless you're in a city of about 100, then that's pretty anonymous, right? So yeah, all good there. And if you want to play along, feel free to scan this QR code. That's now only up for a minute, which is probably not long enough. And you can scan the QR code, fill out the 2-question survey, and it'll put a little dot on the map when you hit submit. So that's what this is all about, and we do this every show. It's the same link every time, by the way. So if you want to save it, I do turn off responses when the show's not on, and then I wipe it and I start over again. And so every show we get to see where people are checking in from. And of course, we have our faithful friend over in Perth. So that's pretty good. The action of the mouth. That's, I don't know if lip flap or mouth action is any better. Hey, I just sent it the BirdDog help email. Okay. I guess I should jump over there and grab it because my guys are probably like, what is this? Let's see. All open tickets, all agents. There we go. Assigned to me. Boom. Taken. All right. And then we'll go back to my queue. Knutson tickets. He's having sync troubles? Wow. Oh, nice. I see what this is. Ooh, impressive. Does this have audio? I'm just not hearing it, I guess. All right, I'll download this. And close. I don't want to sign up for that. All right, cool. Thank you, Angus. Appreciate that. But I will run that after today's show because we really have limited time. We're already almost, we're a third of the way through the show already. So let me grab that. I have downloaded it. I will put it in on my desktop and we'll steady on. We'll go here. Hey, thanks, John. That was fun. Now I got to go and do a live show. We'll catch the rest on replay. Awesome. It's always a pleasure to have you on here, Stephen. Thanks for stopping by. I just sent that there. The mouth action. All right, I've caught up on the chat. Good news. Good stuff. Great. Okay, so welcome to the show, everybody. That's what this is all about, is making the show better. And we always enjoy hanging out together and chatting about NDI stuff. I was gonna do a show today because I thought that there would be an announcement. There is a press release. Let's just see. October 3rd and 4th, there was a... Hang on. So, I guess I can talk about this now. I don't know. I didn't really see any like fanfare. That's why I'm a little bit confused. Where are we? Okay, so let's just look for this phrase that I'm looking for. Nope, it's not in that news release. That sucks. Is it on their main site? Don't miss the event of the year. October 3rd. Oh. It is October, right? Yeah, it's past. Zoomtopia. That's what I'm looking at, folks. And just thought I would have something to talk about, but doesn't appear to have made headlines, so I don't know if it was actually launched. All right, well, anyway, that was fun, and now it's done. So I'll try and research that for Tuesday. We love announcements. October 5th. Yeah. So Zoomtopia was the 3rd and 4th, so I need to go back and watch their keynote and see if anything was announced there, because I thought there was going to be something announced there, but maybe not. Feel free to keep it on your phone. It's a very handy little problem solver. Ooh, good idea. That is a good idea. Nice. Hey, if you're hanging out in the chat, let me know. Let me know you're here. I know Brayton's hanging around. I know that Steven was here for a little bit, and Angus, of course, is here because he keeps the conversation going for me when no one else will. But if you're here, let me know that you're around, and we'd love to kind of chat about whatever it is that you got going on. I also, if you're on Facebook, by all means, join us on Facebook. But I was going to check the Facebook link to see if that's working. But, of course, it's not going to pull up on my computer conveniently, because why would it be convenient? So we're going to open up Facebook here. I'm going to look for the broadcast. Hopefully it made it. Okay. Maybe not. I'll go over to the user group. Does it say we're live at least? Yes, it does. Okay, cool. So video quality looks pretty good over on Facebook. Yeah, looks good on there. A couple of people watching on Facebook. All right, back to YouTube, because that's my primary platform. And I do have my massive travel mug with this morning's coffee in it. Here's the problem is the people that make coffee in this office, one of them now works in a different location in this building, and one of them works from home 3 days a week. And so there's not a lot of coffee generation. I have to do it myself like a one-man band. It's totally fine. But so I've been bringing this massive cup of coffee by Stanley. Today's show is not brought to you by Stanley Mugs. Yeah, bring half a pot of coffee with you everywhere you go. The Stanley mug is great. However, then I don't ever make coffee in the office because I've got a ton of it here, and I don't actually get through this until about noon. So it's a real shame that I don't get to drink more coffee, and I really should, because it's an appetite suppressant and it comes in handy. So is that the Stanley Cup? Well played. Well played. Well done. Hockey season's right around the corner because football season just started. And that's my favorite joke is I love it when football season starts because that means hockey's starting. So the Leafs are gearing up for their first game, which is coming up really soon. Toronto Maple Leafs schedule. Their first game is against the Canadiens, and that's on the 11th. Okay, so it's all preseason right now. Hey, Windows 11, if you're listening, why is it that when I click on the calendar in the start menu, it doesn't open up a larger calendar? What is wrong with you? If I click on the time and date and calendar button, I expect to see a bigger calendar. All I see is a short one, and then I have to open it up and make it bigger. Like there's another button to click. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Go away. I hate you at Windows 11. I don't like it. I want you to go back to the way that you were when you were better, because the way that you are right now sucks. Sorry, rant over. So October 11th will be the first day, and that is next Wednesday. So I'm going to have one more show, and then hockey season will start, and then that will be a beautiful ending to the year. Traumatic and probably heartbreaking because I'm a Leafs fan, but there you go. Yeah, Windows 11 can't hear you. Hi from the cold and wet UK. Yes, it's cold and wet here too. Do I have a camera? I don't even have a camera anymore on the... Oh, then my playlist is off. I don't even have a camera on the outside world. I'm all on my own in here. You know what, though? The P110 could come in handy for this purpose. And so let's see if we can drive the P110. And I can show you. There's a little crack in the window. Oh, got to go the other way. There's a little crack in the window blinds here in my office, and it's all set to manual coloration, so it looks like Soviet Russia outside right now. So never mind. It is overcast and potentially raining later today, and quite cool. It's quite cool, like Gandalf, and yeah, it's a doozy of a day outside. So it's slowly coming on. Fall is officially here in Michigan. The leaves are changing. I'm mowing over them now. And thankfully I have a bagger on the back of my mower. And so that works really well. Puts them in a bag and I can dump them in the back. I love not raking leaves. It's a joy. But my grass is also growing like it's a weed, because there is a lot of there's a lot of cool and damp days, and so that's perfect for Michigan grass. So it's growing like crazy. Stanley makes a nice kit. Yeah, it's true. It is. This is my Stanley Cup. It is. You know what would be amazing though? If there was a dual-walled cup that was in the shape of a Stanley. Oh man, somebody's got to have made that. Thermos or tumbler. Let's say tumbler Stanley Cup. Oh, this is going to be so good. If somebody has this, I'm totally going to order this. Stanley mugs, obviously, is the thing that's come up here. But Amazon Stanley Cup. Something in the shape of the actual Stanley Cup, right? Come on, this would be so cool. How is it that Stanley hasn't made this yet? So far nothing. So I'll put like NHL. Oh man. NHL Stanley Cup replica. That's not what I want. I want an actual cup. Maybe I should order a Stanley Cup for the office. I'm not going to put the Leafs symbol on it because that will just full on jinx it. Whoa, $81. What on earth? That must be a Gary Bettman piece of memorabilia that dude likes to charge. So Stanley Cup replica. How big is this? Oh, it's not huge. It's not $81 big. That's for sure. Oh, I guess it's not. It's also not small, but I don't know about that. Okay, so Stanley Cup. NHL Stanley Cup. What could it be? Mug? Let's see if there's a mug that is the Stanley Cup. I don't know how is this not a thing? How are hockey fans not more upset about this? Ooh, this is a cool. All right, I got to show you this one. So I found. Okay, I'm such a sucker for this stuff. Okay, this isn't a Stanley Cup mug, but this is kind of neat. That's just like a onesie, but then it's a 12-ounce insulated mug. It's kind of like this, but a shorty. So if you were around camp or something like that, that might work. I also found that, remember when I was complaining the other day at StreamYard that when I shared a tab on a screen that it wouldn't share it? Well, I figured out how to do that. So there you go. There's the real deal. There is a way. Maybe they watched my show and heard my cries. Like the promised people, the Israelites in Egypt, under the tyranny of Pharaoh. Am I too far? Too far? Okay, too far. Yeah, that's because that's not real. All right, back up to the chat here real quick. Hey, if you do a quick search for Windows 11 show more options by default, a Microsoft Answers post will give you a registry option to change. Oh, my word. Oh, look at this new view. Oh, never mind. Just confirmed a little registry hack works perfectly. I'm going to do it on every single one of my machines. So I found out, I'll find out on restart, but I found out that if you click the little minimized arrow, then the next time you click on calendar, it actually shows you the full calendar. So although I was ranting and raging about this, that's not the default. It's pouring rain outside. Wowzers. Ooh. That happened fast. All right. Although I was ranting and raving that it was not the default, there is a way. There is a way. How is that not a thing? Copyright and trademark. That's how. Here's the deal, though. You would think that they would do whatever they could to make money. But instead, and I've always felt this way. Like the NHL, for example. All right, here we go. Here we go. The NHL, for example, has always shot themselves in the foot by blacking out games on services local to the game. And so they've made some deal with the devil when it comes to broadcasting their games and showing them on television or showing them on streaming services. They play this exclusivity game where it's like, no, you have to watch it on ESPN or TSN or some garbage. So if I want to watch the Toronto Maple Leaf game and it's local to me, it's blacked out on all the streaming, like NHL.com. It's blacked out on NHL.com. On NHL.com, it's blacked out. What? Because they want obviously to point people towards the thing that's ad revenue generating. Except I don't want to watch the Detroit Red Wings broadcast because I don't like that commentary. I want to hear the Toronto commentary because that's the team that I'm listening and watching the game for. So anyways, in the interest of money, they screw the fans over. Same thing here. It's like, oh, well, we're not going to let you make a Stanley Cup mug because of copyright or trademark, maybe. Well, like, who cares? Make the thing and make money. Like, make it available. Make it easy for the fans to attend the games, to want to watch the games, to watch them from home, have high quality stuff. Don't black out. Like, I understand why you're doing it, but I also don't understand why you're doing it. Like, it seems to me like if you're in the interest of making hockey popular, why would you restrict it? I don't get that. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Local games are blacked out so that you have to buy tickets to a local game. Actually, local games are blacked out so that you have to watch it on the local network that will sell advertising, that so they're buying exclusivity rights. But it doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't, like, that deal to me seems like a bad deal for the NHL and a bad deal for hockey fans. And those are the two parties that matter. The advertiser does not matter in this instance. The two parties that matter are the actual league, so it continues to grow and gain popularity, and the thing that gives it growth and popularity, the fan. The network doesn't matter. Doesn't matter anymore. TV network allegiance should not matter. Oh, hey, here we go. Check that out. That's cool. That's my fifth angle is all cameras. All cameras at all times. So I like that. That's fun. There you go. As an extra one. You're welcome. All right. Hey, I just cleaned out my pool the other day, getting rid of the heat in Perth. I do understand the hockey references, though, as I've lived in Vancouver for 6 years. Attaboy. Well done. I mean, that a person, I don't know if you're a boy or not, because it just says Facebook user. But normally hockey fans are male. Not all. But a lot of us are male. There's a vast majority of us are men. That's fine. Good for you, Vancouver. Beautiful city. I'm devastated as to kind of how it's like being run right now. It seems like drugs are a real problem in that city, but yeah, good times. And then there's Pandorica. She is female and loves hockey dearly. So I misspoke and misstepped, and please forgive me. Hey, I like that. Yeah, that's a cool little angle, right? I think that's fun. Hey, but how will the local mattress company get their stupid shark ads seen except on local broadcast? Well, maybe the local mattress company should think a little bit more than advertising on TV. Television advertising is like not really a thing. I don't see it very effective anymore. And so like Super Bowl ads, yes, there are people watching, but most of us tune out during the commercials. Nobody's just willing to admit that. Some people are like, I watch it for the commercials. It's like, well, you're a psychopath. I'm kidding. Obviously, I'm kidding. But the commercial piece, like the actual revenue generated by commercials in the local market, I feel like there's way better ways to spend your money, especially for Super Bowl, by the way. That's just stupid money. I mean, that's just they're asking for that sort of price, and you're just so huge, beer commercials and like Pepsi and Coke and all of these companies that just like Doritos, they've had a big push in Super Bowl commercials over the past 10 years. If you have that sort of money to shell out, like to me, I think to shell out for advertising, like couldn't you vastly improve the morale of your employees by feeding that money back into them? But, maybe they need that 30-second spot on the Super Bowl. I don't know. It blows my mind. It's that television advertising is still considered a use, like a wise way to spend your money. And also, hey, Pandorka. I didn't say we were only men. I said there are a lot of men watching. I won't say it's 50-50 then. Well, let me put it that way. Hey, using Resolume Arena as a playout software, a pair of 21 by 12 screens on the outside and three 9 by 16s in the middle. I've got a cool show coming up with 9600 by 1080 content crossing 5 projectors. That is cool. It'll be all pixel maps, so the size, shape, and position of the screen all lines up. Yes, I've actually seen that done a few times. I'm a part of a conference that happens in like early January every year, and they always have wonky screen sizes. And so they're always mapping them out and then using ProPresenter to send lyrics to those slides. And it's always really cool what you can do, because it breaks away from the 16 by 9 and 10, 4 by 3 screens, and makes something visually interesting to look at, but also the machines are not like, they also know that that's what the canvas size is, and I really like that. I really like the fact that that is a function for that event. So sometimes it's just a big screen, sometimes it's like different shapes, sometimes it's just 2 screens off to the side and nothing in the middle. But it's always fun to see what they come up with. This year, that conference is in a different place altogether. So it used to be in Panama City Beach. Beautiful place. And they used to get a good deal on the conference and the hotels and all that stuff that used to happen down there. And then I think the conference center changed ownership and all those deals went away. And so they decided, well, we can't afford to do this conference down here. So they're moving it to Gulf Shores in Alabama. And so it's just across the border of Florida, but technically it's in Alabama. And I haven't been to Alabama in over 10 years. I went there in college, down to Montgomery, and that was at the time that was the furthest south I'd ever been. Oh, is that true? Yeah, at the time that's the furthest south I'd ever been, was Montgomery, Alabama. And then now, Florida and Gulf Shores and all, and like Panama City Beach, and then I've also gone to the Caribbean and a few other places. So that's further south than that even, but cool stuff. So this year, it's just south of Mobile, Alabama, near the Pensacola Airport. Hey, I'm pretty excited to see it all in action. Testing on the laptop doesn't quite give us the same effect as seeing my work at 100 feet wide. Yeah, that's going to be stinking cool. Kind of jealous. Please take a picture and share it with us, because I'm always interested to see what guys are up to, especially if there's any BirdDog gear. That would also be really cool. So let me know how that goes. I'll be excited to see that. It's always fun just to see what people are doing, right? So yeah, great times. Hey, if you're hanging out in the chat, and I really appreciate you coming along today, 2 things. The first is check out birddogjohn.tv. That's the YouTube homepage for this show. You can subscribe to the show there. That's how I tell my bosses that we are doing things, and say, well, if you want to see the show, it's available there. So if you subscribe, I can show growth, and that's always fun. And all 334 of you, as of this morning, I think, man, I really appreciate that. That's always really cool that people are subscribing and following along. You can even like change the bell icon notifications to be none or personalized or all or whatever. So if you want to get notified on your phone by push message or whatever that we are going live, by all means. Tuesday, Thursday, however, we're always on, right? Tuesday, Thursday, twice a week from 11 to 12 at least. And today will be hard stop right around 12 o'clock. But for 60 minutes, we like to talk about BirdDog and NDI and be just online and available for you to interact. Just like Angus, he's interacting, just like a handful of people. I also see, Brayton, that you posted a link. I can't click on links in StreamYard, but I will. I see what you're doing, shop.nhl.com. Travel Tumblr with handle Detroit Red Wings. How dare you? How dare you put a rival franchise in my chat? Maybe I should tell Nightbot to kill all Detroit Red Wing references in my show. Just kidding. Just kidding. That's all good. I will check out that link though, because I'd be interested to see, what it is that you got going on. Okay, so this switches off of. I want to change this slightly because the playlist. Whoops. Because the playlist, it looks like it's wrong. Yeah, it goes P4K. It should go P200, right? So let's go overlays, P200, add this guy. Oh, I got to stop. Add, move this up and change it to 130. 130, okay. I'm going to move it up on the list. And I'm also going to increase the all cameras to about a 20-second shot. Okay, so now we're going to say P200, and let's start here. And we'll see this. We'll see this go again. So all good. And hockey season is upon us. It's very close. I'm extremely excited to get back into hockey because that is the sport that I watch. It's not everybody's cup of tea or cup of coffee, but yeah, we do what we can. All right. Unfortunately, there won't be any BirdDog kit at this particular event. I definitely share photos. Yeah, that'd be fun to still see it. Still be fun to see it. I'm always curious what you're up to, Angus. I'm still waiting keenly to hear of the X120 is shipping notification. Yeah, you and me both. I know I keep saying this, but we keep asking, and I've been told that they're being moved about the world. So that's good news, right? I don't know what that means in terms of launch date, but they're being made. I know that for sure, and you can be guaranteed that they're being made. I don't know a date. I don't know when that might be. Hopefully sooner than later. We'll all hold our breath, but when we announce that they are shipping, they have to be at the distributor, right? And so we're trying to set that up. Special price extended. I don't know, is it? I didn't see that. But then again, there's a lot of changes that happened to the BirdDog website that I don't see, because now you know who does see it is Frink Thinks, because he definitely sees a lot of, he pays attention. We'll put it that way. And you can learn a lot, not by talking and not by having conversations, but just by paying attention. And he definitely knows a lot. So I do see the price. The introductory price is still on the website. So I'm assuming the introductory price will be that way until it is introduced. And then when it's introduced to the public, it will probably change. So get them pre-orders in now, y'all. I'm excited about the X120. I'm not excited about Wi-Fi networks. All right, I'll say the quiet part out loud. I'm not excited about Wi-Fi networks, because if you think that the world knows little about networking, they know a lot less about wireless networks and how they work. That is why wireless networking is a different degree path than hardline networking. It's its own certification. That's on purpose. All right? That's on purpose. It's on purpose. And before we get into this world of Wi-Fi, now, look, it's already being done with other companies, right? And so the X120 is an HX camera. That makes sense why, we would want to do this over Wi-Fi. And there's some specific applications that we're building this camera for. So we're testing it in those environments. I know that. And if it works really well, we're gonna have a hard time keeping them on the shelf, because those industries are going to eat those up very fast. Cool stuff, but we need to also brace for Wi-Fi expectations. Just like everything, you need to really know your system before you start doing video over it, because as we have found out, video timing is a big deal. And if your network is slow or is underpowered or is just flat out cheap, you're not going to have a great experience. And the same thing goes for wireless. There are hundreds of wireless manufacturers in this world. Shoot, my phone can be its own wireless hotspot, for crying out loud. Doesn't mean I should connect a camera to it. Doesn't mean I should do that. Okay? You can, but you probably shouldn't. All right, you heard it here first, folks. You don't like taking turns talking? You'll love Wi-Fi. Yeah, Wi-Fi is like shouting into the abyss and being like, hope somebody heard me. That's what I think Wi-Fi is. Yeah, it's gonna be a challenge for support. That's for sure. That's putting it lightly. All right, we got 8 minutes. And I should have like a countdown or something, right? Should I have a countdown? Let's go here and say 12 o'clock. And then I'll start this. And then can I put this up on like the screen somehow? Like maybe make this overlay 4? Well, that's way too big. How can I do this? That's the timer for the beginning of the show. I could put it up on one of my outputs. No, you know what I could do? Oh, guy. Blank. I'm sorry you're feeling so blank inside. I feel that way myself sometimes. Put this here. I'm quoting Brian Regan, by the way. Should you not know what it is I'm talking about. And you probably still don't know what I'm talking about, but whatevs. Title, which is this one. This is BirdDog countdown timer starter. Position. We're going to zoom this down a fair bit. Ew, why does it have a black background? I don't like that. And we're going to put reset. Reset the whole thing, please. Stand clear of the closing doors, please. And then we're going to put this at the bottom. Yeah. And then we're going to show, this isn't, then we're going to show this as overlay 4. Hey-oh. All right. So now we got a countdown timer to keep me on time. So there you go. That's different. It's not great. I don't like it necessarily as a full-time thing, but I gotta be conscious, and I get talking to you guys, and I totally miss the cutoff all the time. So have to make that happen. Good times. So I'm curious, have your team been given any extra training on Wi-Fi and NDI HX support? What do you mean by extra? You should probably just put that on your own prompter, not the public feed. No, I want you all to know when this is happening. This is actually a cool shot that, I like that 4x4. Let's stop the playlist and let's go back to vMix. Let's change this to, I'm going to reset this. And now let's put that right over my mouth. And I'm going to do this. Isn't that, there you go. That's cool. There, it's like I really like this shot. I don't know why. I don't even know if it looks tacky or whatever. Angus said he liked it. And I like all of the cameras all showing you the same thing at the same time. And you can kind of see there's a little delay between the P4K and the other cameras. But I like this multi-angle. Like, it's like watching a multi-viewer, right? And it's like my 100 is live here too. So you can see all the stuff that's happening. But I got overlay 4, which has got the countdown going on. You're right, Angus. I should probably just have that as my own. But hey, this is kind of like a behind the scenes. This is a behind the scenes type of show. Show you how the sausage is made sometimes. So it's like watching 24. It is. Ooh, and I could get the 24 sound effect too. The second count. Ooh, that's a great idea. I loved that show. Man, the first few seasons, I binged those. That was genuinely the first show that I binged, because the first several seasons were out, that I binged like hardcore was 24. And Jack Bauer's Canadian. Kiefer. But the guy who played Jack Bauer's Canadian. I guess Jack Bauer himself is not Canadian, but Kiefer Sutherland is Canadian. There you go. The timer right in the middle actually works nicely. Thank you. I thought so. I thought that looked good. So to kind of circle around and answer this question is no, not extra training. You know, unfortunately in this industry, the assumption is, oh, it's just NDI, so you're already trained. That's not true. But we have, done some stuff with the New Tech University training, which gives you a fair bit of understanding of HX. Plus, we've been using HX here, testing it with play and doing a bunch of things. So we do have some understanding about the protocol. Now, about Wi-Fi, that we haven't received any sort of additional training on other than what we already know. And I come from a network admin background, and I used to govern the wireless networks in those institutions. And so I do come with some understanding of Wi-Fi and how bands work and all that. Now, this was back in the day when AX was just hitting the market. So, things have progressed since then, and we'll need a refresher course. But that might be something that, in all my free time, I might take a network plus, networking, wireless networking course. So maybe that's what I'll do. We will see. And at least then somebody has some training. At least the head of the department has some training, and he can steer the ship with the agents. The thing about being a BirdDog support agent is it's not that you have to be an expert in NDI. You have to be an expert in like 40 products. Like know them in and out, know what their situation is, know what firmware they're on, know what features are good to go and which ones have bugs reported. You got to know all of that. And it all has to, if you don't know it by memory, which many of them do, by the way, if you don't know by memory, you have to know where to find the answers, which they all do that. So that's good stuff. Hey, John, this is a PDF drawing of my systems at work. Please check if you can. Okay, you can't put links in the chat, I don't think, but go ahead and... actually, let me look at the YouTube page. Are you on the BirdDog John page, or are you on the BirdDog YouTube page? It looks like you're on the BirdDog page, actually. Let me just check that real quick, because maybe the link came through on YouTube over here. Oh, whoops. Yeah. You'll have to either email the help desk. You'll probably have to send the link. Just say, from today's show, a link for John, and put the link for help at birddog.tv, and then we'll be able to have a little chit chat about see what it is that you're looking at. All right, folks. Well, the hour approaches, and man, seriously, I need you to know, I really like hanging out with you guys. I make this a priority every week because it's fun to talk to people in the industry who are doing stuff and who have questions, and, just meeting each other and getting to know what's going on. And so kind of with our final 30 seconds, just want to say thanks for hanging out with us. I really appreciate it. It's always a blast being with you. And I hope that you have found it beneficial, just like I have found it beneficial. So take care of yourselves out there, folks. I'll take one last peek at the chat. Thanks. Have a great day. You too, nameless Facebook user. And but you guys have a great day, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday at 11 o'clock Eastern Time right here in the U.S. Looking forward to it. And, yeah, come back as much as you can, as often as you can. Take care, guys. Be well. Look after yourselves. Look after each other. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Resistance is futile.
That's a problem for future Homer. Man, I don't envy that guy.